6 weeks ago, we set out to buy V8s for less than 10% the price of a new Mustang.
But it didn't all go to plan.
I spent £4,000 on the cheapest AMG in the country, an E55 wagon. At 220,000 miles, it's definitely not been an easy fix, but with some cool upgrades, including a Hellcat throttle body, it should make nearly 600 horsepower.
And I bought this definitely blue Jaguar XFR for £6,500. Unfortunately, the engine failed on the blue car, so I bought this green XFR for less than half that price.
Now, before we race these cars here, we have a few more modifications to make.
And we need to finally find out how much power they make. First up, just like I did with the blue Jag, I set out to install a smaller supercharger pulley. Replacing it would be the key to increasing this car's power output to over 600 horsepower. But getting the old one off turned out to be a bit more challenging than expected. Hasn't worked as such, but if everyone gave up at the first hurdle...
History would not remember our names.
No. How do I stop it taking off? After plenty of time and frustration, I called in Edwin for backup, and together we got the old pulley off. Yes. There we go! I have chewed up some plastic, but that's pulley out.
Tom Lenthal who? Am I right?
Yeah, what's your method? He probably does it in half that time.
Yeah. Next up, Will heated the new pulley until it was glowing red hot. This would allow it to expand enough to slide easily onto the supercharger snout. Once cooled, it would contract and lock firmly in place. Do you want to explain why we're doing this on a wheel?
Because we don't have a spade or anything like that to do it on.
Basically, our floor is made of plastic and all of our worktops are made of wood.
That's very hot. That's exceptionally hot.
Go on. Oh, it's doing it! Yes! Will, quick, your water.
Cool that guy. That is quite cool.
That's very cool.
That was a caveman job. Oh, make fire. With the new pulley in place, I reinstalled the supercharger belt and the aftermarket intake from the blue car, and then it was time to move on to tuning the E55.
A few weeks earlier, I had taken the E55 to be tuned after we installed the power upgrades, but they couldn't get it to work. Fortunately though, I had a solution. There are things happening and I'm not touching them. And that is because there is a very nice guy called Vano, or VTech, who's a guy in Georgia, the country, not the state in America, and he right now is remote tuning. He is the go-to man. He's gonna have a look at our, oh, there you go, there he is right now. He says he's got the ECU information, so now he's gonna go away, he's gonna look at our map, look at our mods, and build us a map to make this car run nicely. Please list all of your mods. Here we go.
While we waited on that, we took the XFR out for its first proper road test and were immediately met with a rather worrying noise.
It's a very interesting rotational noise.
It's going faster, wherever it is. £4,000 XFR.
And it's driving on the road.
With a smaller supercharger pulley that I am petrified of testing.
Oh, she's back.
First XFR test drive done.
We drove back in, not on a trailer. It's a win.
Right, so we've been on a test drive. Rotational noise we found was just heat shield up there. So we've bent that back out of the way. We're all good, we're back in business. I thought what would be best to do is to remove the back boxes.
I think it's a great idea. So that's exactly what we did. And things got off to a great start. That's really tough. That's really actually tough to see. See, that's why we shouldn't have them. Oh, hello.
There we go. Look at the size of those.
We don't need those where we're going.
Stupid, right. Should we have a sound test?
Okay. Okay, I like that a lot. That's really nice. I'm sorry. That's American. That is American.
It is quite loud.
It's quite loud. It's really quite loud.
This was quite refined and now it's not. Anyone else in a Jag is going to go, oh, that's so loud.
Yeah, watch this.
It's tuning time. When I ordered the whole kit before for the old car, I got a tune with it. So that is this machine here. I plugged it in, downloaded the standard tune off the car. I then send it off. Someone goes, ooh, writes a tune for me and sends it back.
Kids these days and their newfangled tech just downloading power.
The warnings on the dash
panic me. A lot of the time in modern cars, when you attach diagnostic stuff or whatever, the car goes, I'm going to shit my pants.
And then it finishes whatever you're doing and it goes, oh, I'm okay.
Well, while this goes, here's something I found earlier. I unloaded the CD changer.
Oh, a selection.
Jimi Hendrix. This is called Safe as Milk. Captain Beefheart and his magic hand.
Okay.
Got the Doors.
The Doors!
Building a picture of this man.
I'm saying history or geography teacher.
He was an old boy for sure.
While we'd been messing around with the stack of CDs, the OBD tool had done its thing, and just like that, the Jag was tuned. So we moved on to Edwin's Merc.
I have been sent my tune. Will's was via email. Mine was by Facebook Messenger. This is crazy. Like back in the 60s, people tuning carbs and, polishing inlet ports and stuff. Now it's like, yo, if you click Windows, turn up the boost, mate.
A man's going to give me more power over Facebook.
Oh, it's writing to the ECU, Will. This isn't even really my car. My heart's racing. I hate this. We then noticed something quite odd. That's a weird word. I don't know what that means.
It's from Georgia. It must be a translation error.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Oh, battery protection, convenience functions. Just hold on a bit, please. Please, it's 88%. This feels like an early 2000s Tom Cruise movie. 90%. 94, 95, 96, 7, 8, 9, 100. Closing ECU. What does that say? That says Spignari il quandro 10 secondi. It's now loading something. It spoke to me in a foreign language. I said okay. 2 malfunctions. ESP, no ABS. You get that on these big jobs. After all of that messing with the ECU, I was hit with a worrying result. Oh, not great. Not great. Not great. Not great. It said it closed the ECU. So we're going to say it's fine. Hold on. I'm going to put the jump starter on it. I hooked up the jump starter to the E55's battery, praying that it was just a power issue and that I hadn't caused catastrophic damage to the car's ECU. He runs.
We got it outside for a road test, but it still wasn't happy at all.
Oh no, he doesn't. Ooh. I mean, I'd say it's a new record for the least amount of distance travelled from the unit.
Yeah, 100%.
I can see it through the bushes in the background. Back at the unit, I dove into full diagnostic mode. We are in diagnosis stations. I'm going to check because we had a flashing engine light, which means the car's going, I'm seeing something I don't want to. So he's got information to tell us.
After the E55 had read all the codes, we were left with a hefty list of results.
I'm going to have to speak quite loudly because it's playing the radio right now and we cannot turn the radio off. Also, Will, you can't stop talking, so if you just keep talking over the top of it.
So what's going on?
Right now, I'm actually going to go into the engine and see what the engine was. Here goes a full list of all of the issues that it has. An issue coming down 7, 18, 19, 20. We've got 23 of the 62.
An extensive list full of errors everywhere. Anyone wants some errors. What kind of errors you got there?
We've got 7 in the engine though. That's O2 sensor. We've got a right O2 sensor open circuit. That's a
makes sense.
Increased idle due to SBC low voltage. That I need to check. Misfiring in cylinder 1. Misfiring damages. Misfiring in cylinder 4 and in cylinder 3. Okay. It's time for me to, I think, have a look in that engine. So I checked everything that could be causing a problem, and with no obvious issues, I cleared the codes, praying it had fixed the problem. Right, I've gone through all of the connections, just checked. We had a couple of misfires. So I've checked all the connections, checked all the wires. It seems to rev better than it before, but not that confident.
Well, if we get a little bit further than that corner,
we're winning. We're winning then.
And we did get further this time, but the E55 had developed a rather strange noise.
It's making so many noises. Or was that a sheep?
That was a sheep.
Something's not right.
Something's not happening. It doesn't feel fast, I'll be honest.
It's not very fast, no. We're currently in an E220D.
Fortunately, after a few more pulls, the engine seemed to be running much smoother, and to my relief, it was incredibly fast.
I mean, that was
Okay, that was quite quick.
That wasn't quick.
That was quite quick. Let's head back. I'm going to go through everything. There's always another day. And by that, I mean I have to have it ready for the dyno tomorrow.
It needs to go to the dyno and then go drag race.
And not die.
That quick drive seemed to sort the E55 right out. So after all of that work, it was finally time to have some fun with these 2 old V8s.
We are back, finally, at Horsham Developments. It feels like quite a long time.
It's been a while. Also, I could have sworn you had a blue one before.
I could have sworn that. We planned to come here much earlier, much sooner in this series, but that doesn't matter. We're here now. We're going to finally find out a power figure.
If the last one made 585.
Surely.
Surely. You should see a lovely little number with a 6 pop up.
At last, after weeks of work, it was time to find out just how much more power this Jag was making.
Nah, there's more in it than that.
Sorry, okay. So, days, weeks, you have made 1.7 horsepower more.
Nah, I think it made 584 the last one. I reckon it's around 2 horsepower. Look, I will do my talking at the drag strip. Oh, you know, I'm happy with it. That's for 586 horsepower for 4.5
Still
grand.
for 4 grand. It's
That's
not
insane.
With that big but somewhat disappointing power figure,
600 horsepower of British muscle.
it was the turn of the Merc, and things were off to an interesting start.
The Mercedes has been running over there. No, it's not running. Edwin's sort of looking kind of baffled at the dashboard. I think he might be clearing an engine light.
Have you seen that over there then? Seen that? No, like over there. We've just seen like behind you. Sorry, anyway, carry on. Should we just get this on the dyno quickly?
What are you aiming for? 2 more than before?
Literally anything would be great.
With the E55 on the dyno and ready to test, it was still making that strange noise that we'd heard earlier.
Yeah. It does that. It does do that. I'm not joking about this, all weekend trying to diagnose this car. I checked every belt, I've checked everything. I've got no clue why or how.
But it was running fine, so we went for a final power figure.
I don't like that. That's not enough. I don't like it, that's not enough.
Despite how I felt about the result, it was still an increase of nearly 43 horsepower. But last time we dynoed the E55, it wouldn't rev all the way to the red line. Will had a thought that there was a chance it was making the same power as before, but just reaching the top of the rev range this time.
If we both just make the same amount of power that we did before, we should go back to hot hatches.
So we pulled up both runs side by side to compare the graphs.
There you go.
Oh no, sorry. It makes a bit more when it cuts off, but
Realistically,
it's very, very similar.
it's making the same. Yeah. So 2 cars that have gained no power. Thank you to Jez as always and to Horsham Developments for ruining our dreams. Let's go to the drag strip and mess around with these cars while they live.
Worried about the fact that I had a lower power figure than Will, I decided to get an upper hand by making a quick stop at Select Motorsport, where they kindly fitted a set of Armstrong Blue tracks to some spare Mercedes wheels that I had.
We were going head-to-head at Santa Pod Raceway, the home of UK drag racing. It is a full American-style quarter-mile strip that hosts some of the biggest events and fastest cars in the world.
If you're watching this video around the release date, don't forget to grab your tickets to the European Drag Racing Championships from May the 23rd to the 26th, including 11,000 horsepower dragsters hitting 0 to 100 miles an hour in less than a second.
Right, we're here at Santa Pod, and I've been thinking, I'm not happy. Those are AR1 racing slicks on the back of Will's Jag.
Just bald tyres. They definitely didn't spend £600 on 2 tyres.
So meanwhile, my car is still on completely normal road tyres. So what I did is I went into my garage and I found a set of AMG wheels that I had laying around, because of course I do, and I chucked some Armstrong Blue tracks on there. Thank you very much, Tyre Streets, for trying to even the battle against the cheetah. It's not going to help me much. I'm still down 60 horsepower, but hey, off we go.
Now, while Edwin is doing some last-minute modifications to his E55, if you're ever last-minute buying a car, you should always run a car vertical check.
That's right, because every single day, hundreds of cars get crashed, but some of them get repaired and put back on the road in an attempt to hide their shady past. But with a car vertical check, you can find out that shady history.
Now, I'm just torquing my wheels because I put spacers on. And this is an easy check. Now, what else is an easy check is a car vertical report. All you need is the reg number or your VIN. Now, my green Jag has a yellow marker for damage. I already knew that because we bought this from a salvage auction.
Something I didn't know about is that my wheel bolts don't fit, so I can't fit my new wheels.
Oh.
Now this is a bad day for me, but what would be a worse day is if you bought a car unknowingly and it was crashed. Here's an example of another car right here, BMW M340i, another fast wagon, and it has a yellow marker for damage. We can see that it was written off as a Cat S, so good amount of damage, and the car vertical photos show us that. The front has been completely caved in. If you saw that car for sale, looking pristine, with no mention of Category S damage, you'd know that it was dodgy and to steer clear of it. So the next time that you're buying a car, van, or motorbike, make sure that you're on a car vertical check to make sure the price you pay for it matches its history.
And as an added bonus, Car Vertical are offering you guys 20% off when you use our code TDC. Let's go racing.
Right, here we are, heading up to the line. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm outmatched on power, I believe I'm outmatched on weight, and I'm definitely outmatched on tyres. There's only one thing I know I can do, and that's a really nice burnout.
What level of confidence are you at?
What's just before 1?
There's 0, and then you can kind of go into the minuses.
Well, let's be optimistic and say 0.
I have elected not to do a burnout in honour of your tyres at the rear. After this, it's burnout time.
That's very gracious of you. I don't really think it'll help if I do a burnout, but I'm going to do one anyway.
I think I'd quite like to see that, actually. That was quite pleasant. Did enjoy that quite a lot.
With us lined up, it was time to put these cheap V8s head to head for the very first time.
Oh my god, that's quick!
Wow, that A55 is just gone!
Oh god, Mercedes, go on!
What the fuck?
Go on, Mercedes! 110!
You are joking me!
Sorry! Oh, the old Merc's got life in it.
I could not keep up with that launch.
I thought I was dead in the water. I thought there was no way this old girl was getting anywhere anytime soon, but you know what? He put the frighteners on him.
That was mental.
Will's not happy about it.
You should have seen it as well. Coming towards me, the front lifts up so much. Now, we both know Will very well. He's going to be very upset.
He's very upset. He said, I'm doing a big old burnout this time. You're not going to get me on the launch. But, whew, what a launch. Oh.
I couldn't. Once the launch was done, I couldn't keep up with it.
You will see the shock on my face when the car just goes. I was expecting to sit on the line in a cloud of smoke with the car going, wah-na-na, wah-na-na, and it just went, yeah, so you want to lift the line? Off, okay, on we go.
With Will really not happy, we went for a rematch, and this time he wanted to get some proper heat in his tyres.
That was nice.
That was a good burnout. Right, come on then, AMG. You may not be upstaged like that. That was a good burnout. Right, Will's already pre-staged me. I might have got my tyres a bit too hot, but we'll see.
Right, I'm going to give it a few more beans. I'm in second this time. Hoping I got a bit of heat in those tyres.
Come on, come on, come on. Oh, we're already ready. Oh, what a launch again!
Flying away from me!
He's right there, though.
Flying away from me!
Come on! Oh, he's there! She's not happy. Will's just not going to be happy.
Nothing I can do to keep up with that launch. Nothing.
It's hard not to be smug.
I don't understand.
Basically, if you need drag tyres, buy the cheapest run-of-the-mill tyres and they will be the best, most grippiest things in the world.
Nah. I want your lane.
Should we call that a do-over? Do you just want to go again? We just run it straight back. It's still 1-0, but you want to switch lanes.
I want your lane. I've never tried your lane. I think yours is shorter or something.
Now, part of the reason I think it launches so well is because of that block-off plate. It means that you get no delay in boost. You just get all of your power instantly. While I didn't make as much on the dyno, I do make all of my power the moment I touch the throttle, which is why I think I'm getting off that line real nice.
Frustrated after losing a second time, I was more determined than ever to take the win. So I lit up the tyres with an even bigger burnout.
Jesus. That'll do. That will be fine for me. Stage it up. Let's get it ready. Let's get it ready. Oh, we're off again. He can't touch the Mac. We just love to see it.
I cannot keep up with that car's launch.
Go on, give me an 11. That's got to be an 11.
I just can't. I don't get it. I don't like this at all.
Look at this Merc living, straight up alive.
You look unhappy.
Yeah, I don't remember a time where I wasn't winning. You know, it's just
You get bored after
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a long while ago.
You're truly very unhappy.
Hey, no, yeah. So now, Ben, tell me, did you see what my time was?
You were still at 12:03, I think.
Put the drag slicks on. We're going for 11s.
So I headed off to get the new tyres swapped from the other Merc wheels onto the E55's original wheels, hoping they would give me an even bigger advantage.
And meanwhile, I was running some diagnostics on the Jag.
Are you downloading some more horsepower?
I wish I was. I did get a little warning message there saying restricted performance, but I've just checked it. It's something to do with the coolant pump. I think heat might be an issue on this car.
With the Jag seemingly okay again, I turned my attention to why I kept losing the races.
The launch is where I'm losing. I'm going to start Googling how to launch, maybe.
I've just been thinking, potentially, could be driver error.
It's entirely possible.
Bigger burnout.
An even bigger burnout.
Biggest burnout you can do.
Yeah.
Massive, on them glowing red.
Tyres going red. Okay, interesting.
Then, just floor it.
Okay, you know what? That's a new outlook on drag racing. You f***ing idiot.
With my tyre upgrade fitted, I headed back to the strip, where Will was also busy tweaking his setup.
I am going to take some air out of my tyres. I didn't think of this. I went to videographer Jay for help. I said, what can I do, Jay? He said, have you taken the air out of your tyres? And I said, well, yeah, that should have been the first thing I did.
I reckon I'm just going to eat a really big crisp. That'll make me quicker.
Tyres now at optimum pressure, we hit the track one last time, and despite Edwin winning every race so far, we agreed to a final winner-takes-all showdown.
Surely we got to see a nice big burnout from both guys. Nice clean fight.
Yeah, it'd be rude not to. I think we should just give it one for us.
Give it one for the V8s. Now that's a burnout. Now that is a burnout.
That was nice.
Regardless of what happens in this run, I'd just like to congratulate you on that burnout. What a delectable one that was to watch. Perhaps one for the ages as well.
Come on, Jag. For England.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. You've got grip now. Oh, it's a good race. Oh, it's a good race.
Second gear's always getting me.
But it's just not enough to stop the Mac.
This is the closest one yet. This is the closest one yet. Rein him in.
Yes. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Oh.
I lost, but I'm most pissed that that's not the method I've used all day. Ah!
Now that was a better race. That was quite good. That felt like the gang rolling through.
You know what? That was drag racing.
That was liquid drag racing. Shall we ask the guys at Santa Pod if we're allowed to use up some tyres?
Now, Edwin brought the E55 on the trailer. I'm driving the Jag home. So Edwin made a special request to Santa Pod, and they have kindly accepted. So please, if you would. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this series, make sure you subscribe.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Is that a bin? Did I hit a bin? So sorry. I think my rear tyre might be a bit low. Do you have a tyre pump, Will? Just chuck some air in that.
Nah, I think that might be done. Should we call the AA?